Hey guys, how's it going? It's Etanyos here. Welcome to episode number 3 of this Canadians Cup challenge here with the Halifax Highlanders. If you guys are new to the channel, have seen some of my content and enjoying it, please go down below and consider subscribing if you're not already. We're trying to hit 1,000 subs and just help me out with my goal. Also, this series, I am changing my schedule a little bit. We're going to do a double upload every second Wednesday, so we're going to do an episode of Journeyman and Hamilton Tigers just to keep Journeyman alive a bit, but this series is really kind of taken off in the direction I want it to, so we're going to be uploading this 2 times a week, just like the Cosmonaut series and the Draft to Glory series. So anyways, let's jump into episode 3. So guys, if you missed last episode, go up into the top corner of the video right now. It will send you to a link that sends you to a playlist of the entire series so far, so you can get caught up on whatever you missed. But first things first, we are going to jump into some comments here about what to do with this series. All right, so we actually have a lot of comments here to get through quickly, but let's just get started on these. So the first comment here comes from Limebot. This isn't so much what to do with the series, but it's just, a comment I'd like to feature. He's saying the jerseys and the logos is fire, and he says, I know I probably should have said this in episode 1, but that's totally good. I love the support, and just keep up the support, man. I love it. Anyways, the other comment that he had was also, please go rebuild. It's the start of a franchise. So I think he was trying to say get picks early on. So do rebuild first season, maybe 3 max, and go work out on getting your team so it's dominant for the years to come. And I agree with him, even though if you do look at our team right now, we are championship status. But I think the way we're going to do this is we're going to try to get our cup early here. I said we have to win 1 in the first 5 seasons, if you remember my goals from the first episode. But we're going to try to get that this year, and then I think we might trade away a bunch of assets to get picks and maybe become a rebuilder again. That is a definite possibility, so we'll keep looking towards that. The next comment here came from Dustin Wald, and he said, keep Lafreniere on the second line. You don't want him to skyrocket or he'll want $16 million. I agree with that to an extent. I do eventually want Lafreniere to be our number 1 player on this team. I also said I do want him to be a 1-2 punch with Byfield. He said, well, just wait a year and see if you can make the most out of Eric Stahl's contract. I totally agree with that, so we're going to do that. And he also had another comment saying trade Tristan Jarry and Brian Little. So we're definitely going to be looking to do that. Another comment I'd like to feature here is from Alex LeBlanc, and he's going to say, the crazy thing is, as insane as it is, Barker put up 72 goals in his rookie season. Solani put up 76 with the Jets in the 92-93 season. Yes, I agree. It's insane. Barker, probably second all-time in rookie scoring there for most goals in a rookie season. 72 is just insane. And then the last comment here comes from Hunter Hintz saying, would Nylander count because he was born in Canada? So I actually went and looked this up and had a whole bunch of other people commenting in here. Alex LeBlanc and Dustin Wald, and those guys were all helping out here, and they were saying that yes, even though they were born in Canada, both Alex and William Nylander were born in Canada, they actually have Swedish nationality because their dad was playing for the Flames at the time when they were born. So it's hard to deal with that. Unfortunately, I believe they play for the Swedish team, so that will mean they're pretty much Swedish nationality at this point, and I don't think we're gonna let ourselves go and acquire those players, even though they would be sick to probably pair with certain players on this team. We're not gonna do that probably. So anyways, that kind of wraps up for the comments. So I think we have a good direction of how this episode's gonna go. Mainly we're gonna be looking to contend still, but I think we could possibly get some kind of picks or players back here. We are going to be looking to make a trade or two. And, first things first, let's try out the Trade Finder. I know this thing's probably broken at this point. It's pretty bad, to be honest. But I think Tristan Jarry might be an intriguing prospect for some teams here. I still can't believe how many assets we have at this point already. We got Cole Perfetti in there too, man. He's going to be a great center as well. I honestly kind of forget that we have him sometimes because, he's not playing in the NHL this first season. I'm really hoping he can have a good year in Saginaw again because I would love to see him in the NHL as soon as next year, maybe. But let's try Brian Little here, see what trade offers are available. Okay, that's the only offer, and it's from Boston. Who's this Anderson guy? I'm not recognizing him right now. Is it Abel Anderson? No, Axel Anderson, and he is a Swedish defenseman, unfortunately. So I will take the Boston second-round pick. That would be a good addition here, I think. But at the same time, let's see. I'm still looking to get some kind of depth back for this team. So I'm thinking more prospects. If we could get a prospect from Boston, that would be better. Let's see who's Canadian in here. See, Studnicka would be a decent player to add because he's not terribly low rated. Zaborals, yeah, okay, yikes. Shanishin, maybe. I don't see that really working out. I'd rather go with Studnicka here. Or Studnicka. How do you say that? I think it's Studnicka. It's Studnicka. Okay. I finally got the pronunciation. If we could get Jack Studnicka instead, I would be totally good with that. Boston would be over the max cap. Okay, that's not great. But let's see who else. We could probably add some type of kind of garbage forward that will take up cap space. I say kind of garbage. A David Backes. Oh, he's American. Okay. Who is a forward that's costing them a lot, but would honestly not be the worst pickup ever for our team's depth. God, they got a lot of American skaters. Oh, God, come on. What about Crowley? Oh my God, how many? Okay. If we can grab Brandon Gauntz in this deal too, I would take it. I think this might be a little too much for Boston to actually say yes to, but if we get this deal, I'll take it all day. And trade accepted. Beautiful. Okay, so we trade Brian Little, get a prospect, a second-round pick, and a depth player in Gauntz back. So that is about as good a trade as we possibly could have made, I think. So now we got Tristan Jarry here, going to be our other target to trade. I don't know exactly what we're looking to get back from him, as his value is not that high since he is on a pretty terrible contract, to be honest. Yeah, not a lot of teams are really interested in him, so let's try to actually go and propose our own trade here. Apparently, we dropped from champion to contenders just because we traded Little, so that makes no sense. Anyways, let's see. What teams are actually interested in an NHL starter goalie like Tristan Jarry? The Blackhawks, and they're a rebuilder, so there's absolutely no way they trade a first, but I would love to get a first-round pick off Chicago. That would be sweet. Yeah, there's no way. Who else? Detroit. Again, rebuilder status teams want this goalie, and there's just no way we get a pick off of them. That would be sweet, but it's not going to happen. Anybody else in here? Wow, there's no teams that actually want him. San Jose's hopeful. Okay, this could work. Oh, which pick's more valuable? San Jose's or Anaheim's? That's tough. I would love San Jose's first. Again, not enough value being exchanged, so we could try to trade a prospect or something to make this work. Besides that, we're going to have to take a goalie on here. Going to be a pretty bad, fringe goalie probably. Or Martin Jones, who's 82 rated, but he's $5 million. Can we take on this Zachary Emmond guy? Oh, we'd still have too few goalies. Love it. Okay. We have Winnipeg's pick as well, so that's not... I'd prefer to trade Winnipeg's pick for San Jose's pick if we could. But that's probably not going to happen. Okay, who else wants Jarry? Nobody. Great. Okay. Any chance we could swap a first? Go Chicago's first in exchange for that, and maybe have a goalie that is actually AHL eligible and Canadian? Please. Brodeur seems like a pretty Canadian name, and he's American. Great. Okay, what about Tompkins? I'll take Matt Tompkins all day. If they take this, I'll do the deal. I don't think they're going to take it, but you never know. No, it's rejected. Okay. What about Detroit? I'm kind of feeling Detroit here. I know they've got Canadian goalies in here. Calvin Pickard, I would take. If we could do Calvin Pickard and that Detroit first, I would be over the moon with that, because Detroit's pick's obviously going to be a lot more valuable. Honestly, I kind of think that our first round pick is going to be pretty lacking as far as value goes as well. So if we could do our first and maybe, let's see, skaters matching their block consist of all of our prospects essentially. So I don't really want to trade guys we just acquired if I can. I'd prefer maybe a guy like Tyler Benson wouldn't be so bad to trade. He's got some value at 22 years old. Nothing crazy, but you know what? If that would make the deal work, I'll do it. And let's try this. I don't think it's going to go through, but you never know. And yeah, rejected. So we're going to have to go somebody a little more valuable than Tyler Benson. Maybe like, see, I don't want to trade anybody. I don't want to trade Drysdale or Foodie or Studnicka or Perfect. I don't want to trade those guys. Like those guys are equivalent to first round pick value, even if the first round picks are pretty bad. So maybe we just hold off here on actually trading a first. And we go like, okay, no, I want Pickard and like a third maybe. Can we do that? Go like that. And honestly, bringing back a third round pick isn't that bad. I'd prefer maybe actually, let's try a second. If I can get a second, I think we're going to be doing just fine. But that's going to be tough still. So yeah, Detroit's second round pick is pretty nice in value. I don't think they take this. Rejected. We have to really make it worth their while. So I'll take I can toss in this Calgary third rounder we got last year in exchange for Detroit's second. If they take that, how is really, you consider your second round pick to be that valuable? My gosh. Okay. What about Calgary's third this year and our third next year to make this work? I think this goes through, and yeah, there you go. Okay, so not the most spectacular deal. Obviously, I would have preferred that to go a little differently, but we make some pretty good moves here still, in my opinion. I really hope they don't have Pickard as the backup right now because, oh man, and then some morale drops too, so that's not great. That could have worked out better. And not only that, but they really kind of messed up my lines here. Yikes. Where's my other center? Why would you scratch Byfield? Or, yeah, what? Why are you scratching Quentin Byfield over Brennan Gaunce? Are you, like, dumb? Jeez. Okay. So the lineup looks good, in my opinion. It's not great, right? Like, it could be a little bit better, but, you know, overall, I still really like how things are looking with this team. I think we've got a lot of good seasons to come here, and I'm not really worrying about our team at the moment, so I would prefer to play Harrison O'Brien's second pairing, but I don't think that's going to happen. Let's see what they did with our goalies. And yeah, Pickard's there right now, so we have to make some roster moves before we are actually good to sim to the regular season and jump into the season sim and do all that stuff. So a couple quick roster moves here. If this loads, geez, my controller is delayed, like really delayed. Anyways, okay, we're making a couple moves here, so we're going to go. First things first, bring that 82 rated Eric Comrie up. He's so cheap. We're going to make that move, and then besides that, we are going to go with, let's see. We're going to move Studnicka down, and we can move, I'd prefer Rodriguez. If we can move Evan Rodriguez up and Studnicka down, I think we're going to be good. So now let's just edit the lines quickly. Evan Rodriguez is going to be another good depth player that we can fill in when there's injuries and such. What what did you change in the starting lineup? Just the goalies. Okay, good. So hopefully Comrie doesn't lose any morale, because that's always just a pain in the ass to deal with. I don't know who Max Zimmerman is. That's kind of sounds like a German name, to be honest, and I'm sure he is, because he's like he's Austrian, but whatever. I'm not really too bothered by that. So we are going to try Studnicka here on the top line. I don't know how good he's going to fit, and yeah, it doesn't fit that well. Okay, so let's deal with this, because we unfortunately had a lot of changes here to our team, just based on the fact that we hit assistant coach best roster, right? So yeah, okay. You know what? Honestly, that's a pretty good lineup still for the AHL. I'm not too worried about that. And defense is kind of bad, but again, I don't really care about our AHL system all that much right now, as the NHL is the team we're focusing on. We're not trying to grow like a huge amount of prospects down in the AHL or anything like that. Like, yes, Jack Studnicka, if he could grow and be in the NHL by the time he's like 24, that would be huge. I would love that. But again, it's not urgent. We don't need we're not like, yes, we need these guys now. Like, that's not how our system's working at the moment. We have a lot of prospects up in our team right now, as far as guys like Howden and Perlini and Byfield, and like, I guess even Sorelli, he's only 23, right? But we have a lot of guys that it's like, wow, they are definitely worth playing where they are. Oh my gosh, we get a +3 chemistry with Byfield and Lafreniere. That is insane. Oh man. See, you have a +3 on your third line. Every time you toss them out there, they're going to have a good chance of scoring. So maybe we try Lafreniere and Byfield together for this season, see what points they can put up as rookies, and go from there. I think that's probably the best option at this point. So yeah, we're going to try this. We're going to jump into a season sim. Hope that our team can kind of, get things together, really start performing, and, make our draft picks later end draft picks, because if you look at the majority of this draft class, it's not like a ton of Canadians right up at the top. So, I mean, it is, but it's not guys that we are like needing to select. I mean, yes, a Brant Clark would be very nice to add to our system. We already have a right-handed defenseman, but he is a cycle and pinch as well, so that'd probably be decent. The only guy I am really interested in would be Brendan Othman, probably. All of these centers we're not really interested in, because we already have Byfield and Perfetti, and we might be moving Lafreniere to center too, for all we know. But a guy like Lambos would probably be the biggest name the highest up name that we're really, really like set on for trying to select. And then after that, like, even guys like Kidney and Bolduc and Krnkovic and I don't know how you say it. It's like Tishagirl, I think, or Sean Tishgirl. I don't know how you say it. Anyways, good selections for all those guys. Chase Stillman, like there's Dylan Gunther as well. Like all those guys would be great to select. I would love to try and pick them up, as this is a very strong draft with developed players and stuff like that. As far as goalies go, it's always hard to find good Canadian goalies in the first 3 or 4 drafts usually. Like Tristan Lennox, that would be about our best selection we could probably get for goaltending. Besides that, I don't see us making a lot of goalie selections. Where's Lennox at? Because I would love to snag him. He's a great goalie, and I know he's a starter. 123, we'll definitely pick him up. But first things first, we need to stay focused on our actual season here. We need to see how good this team is on paper and all that stuff. We have some updated owner goals due to our slight dip in contender or champion status. We were expected to make the Stanley Cup Finals before. Now they want us to make round 1. I think that might jump back up as the season goes on, but we'll see. And I think this team is still going to be able to beat the majority of the teams in the NHL this season. So for just year 2, I think we did this about as well as we could have. Really, the team is looking extremely, extremely enticing and promising. Lafreniere got injured in preseason, but whatever. And yeah, I think it's going to be fun to play with this team this year. So let's take a look at the overall team ratings here, because this team is going to be pretty dominant, I would assume. Let's hit play game, but we do have to let the AHL get sim first. Anyways, yeah, okay, 92 offense, 89 defense, and 85 goaltending is pretty darn solid. I'm looking forward to seeing what this team can do. And yeah, I just need to show you guys the draft class as well, just to kind of give you an idea of what players are looking like. I already have a good idea in my head because I've played on this account before. Maybe not on camera necessarily, but I have edited enough players that I know how they're going to look and turn out. You can see Othman's a high top 6. He's got a 1-year ETA, so that's why I'd love to select him, is because he could spend 1 year in the OHL, or 1 more year after he's 17, turning 18, in the OHL to develop. But we don't have scouting reports. I'm pretty sure Lambos is elite. That's usually the normal rating for him there. And then besides that, I don't think there's going to be any crazy like franchise players or anything in here. There'll be some solid first rounders for Canadian players, but besides that, I'm not expecting a whole lot. I definitely should have edited Jack Quinn because he had a crazy good season with Ottawa, and everyone was like, oh, he's going to be like a top 5 pick in the NHL now. He's probably not, but he's still like a really good player for where he's ranked. The other thing you guys will probably notice with my draft class and my scouting is that I don't scout any players other than the Canadian players. So, yeah, unless there's like, I'm sure in a year or two we're going to see like Connor Bedard in the rest of the world category, but that's about it besides OHL, WHL, and QMJHL. So like the CHL in general, that's where 99.9% of the Canadian players are going to be. So anyways, we're going to jump into a full season sim. Not going to show a whole lot of it, but hopefully this team can do well. If they absolutely tank it, I'm not too worried. It just means we trade off a bunch of pieces that we just brought in, and I'm excited. I think this team is going to do extremely well this season, so I will see you guys at the end of the 2020/21 season. So guys, I actually did just get another comment here saying Adam Lowry isn't Canadian, and Garganelli, I don't know, I think it's Garganelli, is correct. So I just went and checked that, and yeah, we are going to have to trade Adam Lowry after I completely played him for an entire season and just totally did not realize, oh, he's American. So that's my bad, guys. Sorry about that, and let's fix that. So, for finding trades for Adam Lowry, looks like there's a lot. Okay, that's good. We are going to need a center back, preferably, though. You know what? We could get Josh Lawrence from the Capitals, or we could get a second and a fourth in exchange for Lowry. I'd prefer Lawrence probably because he's Canadian. I mean, Washington's doing pretty well, so the second round pick isn't going to be super valuable. But, for a Canadian center, I'll take it. That's pretty solid and not too bad. I mean, it's good value in return when you compare it, so I'll take that all day. And my controller just died. Like, oh, they didn't propose the trade. My Xbox froze. No, that's just the controller. Just the battery. Thank God. All right, so we are going to propose this because the value is just, it's completely on our side for being in our favor. So that trade goes through. That's all good. Sorry about that for playing Lowry for a season as an American player on this all-Canadian squad. All right, guys, so at the end of the 2020/21 season, your Halifax Highlanders are President's Trophy champions. I almost said Stanley Cup, which is completely false, but yeah. Only team to break 110 points in the entire league. Actually, the Maple Leafs might. But fabulous season. We're going to advance a day just to make sure everybody's played 82 games. And yeah, there you have it. You see it up top. They win the President's Trophy. Let's see what happened with the scoring here. So Eric Stahl leads the team with 113 points, a career high for the 35-year-old. Jamie Barker has a much more balanced season with 52 goals and 50 assists. Has a 50-50 season. Taylor Hall has a 40-40 season, puts up 84 points in just 70 games. He was probably on pace for over 100 as well. Fabulous year from him as well. And Lafreniere, 63 points, not too bad for a rookie. Obviously wasn't 100 like Jamie Barker last year, but still pretty darn good. Byfield puts up 26, and okay, that's pretty sturdy. Not too bad. I was hoping for a little better, but that's all right. The team did absolutely phenomenal. Eric Stahl was crazy. He was out of his mind. He was playing so well. So for the entire league here, Connor McDavid bests Eric Stahl by 2 freaking points. 2 freaking points, that's it. And Eric Stahl was number 2 in league scoring. Plus 57. I think we all know who the best player in the league was here as far as a two-way game went. Jamie Barker was plus 48. Absolutely phenomenal and absurd stat line from him. He has just gotten better, honestly. Like, he's just crushing it. My God. Jamie Barker might be a shoo-in for our captain here. Abel Johnston. Oh my, see, this guy I want to acquire because he fits our team. When I checked at the beginning of the season, he said it was a fit for forward line 1. Now it says forward line 2, so I don't know exactly where he fits, but yeah, this is insane. Let's see, rookie skaters, 101 points for Johnston, of course, because they didn't play him last year. Like, what the hell? Otherwise, Lafreniere would have won the, Lafreniere would have won the Calder otherwise, but it's going to be Abel Johnston because he's an asshole, or not he is, but Arizona is, for not playing him. Freddie Anderson wins 42 games. Eric Comrie won 34 games as a backup goalie. Braden Holtby was injured all season, to be fair. Otherwise, he would have been up there instead. But, yeah, that's too bad. And then, Jesus Christ, Carlson puts up 100 points. Doughty puts up 89. And then Pietrangelo puts up 74 points as a defenseman. Absolutely killed it for us. He was doing so well. And, yeah, I really have no complaints with this team. We are going to head into at least round 1 of the playoffs here, but just clap them out. Absolutely phenomenal season. 58, 19, and 5. 121 points. The only team to break 120 points in the league. Only team to get more than 55 wins. They crushed it. They absolutely crushed it. It was crazy. Regulation plus overtime wins. 50. That's crazy. So, as far as point percentage went, obviously we had the best point percentage. I think we probably had one of the best goals against averages per game. Yeah, we did. We had the best. Goals for averages per game, we had 3, 4, 5, 6 best. Okay, so that's pretty solid. Not too many power play goals by the looks of it here for our team. I mean, you know, we were still in the top 10. But not as great there. We didn't have that many power plays either. What about our percentage? Our percentage was 4th in the league, so that's pretty darn good. What about our penalty killing percentage? 82 is not that high. It's still top 10, but yeah, no, I would say our team definitely was, doing probably the best, yeah. Our home and probably our away records were number 1, yeah. And our last 10 was about as good as you can get, third best in the league heading into the playoffs after the Canucks and the Panthers. Okay, so we have to keep that in mind. Those are the two other hot teams heading into the playoffs, but I think the +5 chemistry boost with a 93 Stahl, 95 rated Jamie Barker, and 95 rated Taylor Hall is insanely good. Like, we should be able to crush whoever we play. And, well, not only that, but with Lafreniere and Byfield on the third line, they're getting +3 chemistry alongside Anthony Duclair. So that means an 86 Duclair and then an 87 rated Byfield and Lafreniere playing against third line players. Like, it doesn't get much better than that, to be honest. I honestly want to play these guys up, but the problem is that the chemistry just takes a big hit when we do that. So maybe we let Lafreniere play up. I want to have these guys boosted still, but at the same time, it's not going to make a world of difference here, like with the +1 versus +3. I don't think it will. And this team is trending in the right direction for sure. The defense is kind of lacking right now. Lawson Crouse is subbing in because we don't have another defenseman for Hayden Fleury, not Cale Fleury. And let's see who we're playing now. I assume it's going to be whoever was the bottom seed in the Eastern Conference. So that means it's either going to be Buffalo or New York. I think we're going to get Buffalo because they had less wins, but we'll see what happens here right away. So our first ever playoff matchup will take place against, I'm going to assume it's the Buffalo Sabres, and that it is. All right. So let's give Buffalo a quick look. We know they're a pretty solid team. They're not crazy good, but they're really solid. Obviously, what's his name? Jack Eichel's just insane. And that's really about it at the moment. Alvin Boguniecki. Nice second overall pick in 2019 there, right? I guess he was the only other elite player that went. So yeah, they've got a very nice center core. And then as far as defense goes, you know, like Tallinn is just insane for 20 years old. And their goaltending is actually pretty good too. So I think we might stand a slightly tougher challenge than we anticipated, but this will be fun for sure with the team we've got. So let's start jumping into this series. I think we're just going to, we want to get through the majority of this episode. Is we're trying to get through the playoffs and stuff here, and kind of get on to, yes, it would be awesome if we could win the cup, but I think I'm going to not really focus in detail on our cup run here. Well, I'm saying our cup run on our playoffs, because who knows if we're even going to win a game against Buffalo, but we're just going to advance day by day, kind of see how it goes, and let's see how game one goes. So game one is a 4-3 loss. Ouch, but Josh Anderson scores 3 points in that game. All right, game two's got to go a little better on home ice, boys. I know it's your first playoffs ever, but, like, come on. And, okay, NHL. Okay. I don't appreciate this. Anyways. Is home ice advantage a thing? No, it's not. All right, so we're down 3-0, and this was about the worst possible way we could have gone into the playoffs. Thank you so much, EA. Anyways, now we actually get to slow sim this because, wow. Just wow. Okay, first period. They're up 2-0. Cool. Second period. We're up 4-2. Get out of here, Buffalo. Like, who do you think you are? Who do you think you are? You think you're going to sweep the President's Trophy winners? I don't think so. I don't think so. All right, so that was definitely a little bit better for what we were expecting. That was a performance that we should be seeing consistently, but for whatever reason, the team just does not want to perform. So here we go. Game 5 now. Up 1-0, up 3-1. I'm gonna slow sim this because 3-1's a little bit too close, in my opinion, and I just would like to see Buffalo get another loss shoved right in their face here after winning 3 easy games that they should not have won. 4-1, there you go, Anderson. So I'm simming the rest of that, and that is a 5-1 win. Final goal comes from Eric Stahl there. Beautiful. Okay. So yeah, we crush Buffalo again in Game 5 and show, hey, we're a better team than you guys think, and we're gonna prove that to you. So Yeah, they probably came into this series like, oh yeah, we're going to crush them. I mean, that's how we came into this. We were like, we're going to crush Buffalo, and Buffalo shoves 3 losses in our face, so we're going to come back and definitely shove 3 wins in their face. So, down 1-0, or down 2-1 after 1 goals from Okposo. So O'Brien scored for us, okay. Down 4-2. I don't want to get eliminated, so I'm playing this third period here in Game 6. I love having injured defense, man. It's just so fun. You might have a tougher time than you think with Buffalo, but let's see what we can do. So here we go. Just got to make the right plays here and we'll be fine. Who do you think you are, Skinner? Yeah, go sit for 2 minutes, you goofs. Okay, so we draw power play right away. Obviously Jamie Barker's just an absolute beast, so stay on side and we're good. Oh god. Pick it up, there's the pass, and that's what Barker does, man. If you get him in front of the net, he's going to bury one. So beautiful goal there. Jamie Barker proving that his goal scoring ability is one of the best in the league, and puts away his 5th of the playoffs here in round 1. That's awesome, boys. That's awesome. Honestly, Jamie Barker could probably be one of our captains heading into the future. Like, he already is an alternate, but I could see him possibly being the captain, man. He's that damn good. So, you know, it's like, oh, name the franchise player. Well, we have 2 franchise players, and I don't know if either of those guys are going to be in enough of a leadership role by the time we get to where we want to be to actually have a captain on their jersey, or have a C on their jersey. Oh my god, they had an open net there, and probably should have scored on it. Boys, where is the play? Come on, Buffalo's not even a good team, and we're letting them walk away with the series right now. Oh, why is our 4th line out against the 2nd line? Like, fucking hell. Beautiful. Beautifully done, you idiots. Oh, hit the net. Get out of here, Gergensen. Who do you think you are? Buddy, the amount of poke checks they make without taking a penalty is not okay. Alright? Come on. Fucking hell. Give him a penalty. Okay, here we go. Brendan Gaunce. Missed the net? Are you kidding me? Here we go, Toffoli. Come on, buddy. Do something. Oh my gosh, Sorelli, you had it there. Right. Yeah, you're just going to pull that fat fucking toe drag right down the middle of the ice, not get lined up. I don't think so. Okay, here comes Byfield. Tries to pick it. Didn't go in. This is not good. Oh, good. And somehow we got a penalty. You gotta be kidding me, man. How do we get a penalty out of all that play? Oh, this game's over. We're kind of fucked right now. Oh boy. I got a hooking penalty on that. Rebound, boys. Good job. Oh, Graves just decked his man. Sorry, Eichel. You're not getting away with that. Harrison O'Brien's a good enough defenseman to make you pick. Okay, Dahlin, get out of here, buddy. O'Brien's a better defenseman than you are. Stop it, Eichel. God. It's not how things work. That was a tripping penalty right there. That right there was a trip. Did anybody else just watch that play and how ridiculous that was? Because I made a pass, but the guy just two-hand shoves me into the ice. There's no penalty on that. I'm not impressed with this game, man. I'm sorry. I'm just not. And we're going to pull a fucking Tampa Bay Lightning here and get knocked out first round as the President's Trophy winners. How disgusting. I love how the AI knows when it's about to get poke checked. I hope Buffalo gets swept. I'm sorry. They're just not a good enough team to be doing what they're doing right now. So there's going to be some big moves at the draft. Oh yeah, don't actually like use your stick to make the play or anything. Like, dear God. Buddy, Boguniecki, get out of here, you fuck. Right, yeah. Okay, this is how we're going to play hockey, okay? Guys, just spam the right bumper without taking a single fucking penalty all day. Like, that's so cool. Everybody enjoys when the AI plays like that, hey? What a joke. What a joke. Oh, play it, Holtby. Dear God, there's 32. You know what? Let's go. Let's go, Okposo. You don't want to go with him. We're having a goalie fight. Why not? I'm done. Get over here, Kyle. Get over here. You want to go? You probably should have pulled the trigger a little bit sooner. If he wins this fight after how many? Oh my God. Buddy, how many times? Yeah, eat knuckles. Britton Holtby. 83 rated, wins a fight against Kyle Okposo. I mean, that's the highlight of this entire game. Unfortunately, we're down 4 goals, so did anybody else see the actual like bruise around his eye there? That looked pretty legit there. Okay, anyways. So when I said I wanted the playoffs to be quick, I didn't mean that quick. So yeah, that one kind of stings. Oops. As we take a pretty fat loss there, and that's just too bad because shake it off, we're heading to the draft. So for the draft, I think I know exactly who we're taking. It's just I'm not willing to give up a whole lot to do so. I'm just hoping that something goes right in the lottery for us. But the Arizona Coyotes are your Stanley Cup champions. So that's 2 years now in a row that teams that have never won a cup before win the cup. That's beautiful. Oh yeah, and San Diego are your Calder Cup champions. So I just want to show you guys awards quickly before we actually jump into everything else. But yeah, we do win the President's Trophy, so that's pretty good. But Arizona and Tampa. So Arizona beat Tampa in the final. Oh, McDavid wins the Art Ross. Okay, come on. Eric Stahl wins the Hart. Okay. Carlson wins the Norris and the Lady Byng. Johnston wins the Calder. Of course, Johnston wins the Calder. Kessel wins the Conn Smythe. Okay. Carey Price wins the Vezina. Hart wins the William M. Jennings along with Brian Elliott. And let's see. Brad Hunt wins the Bill Masterton. Archibald, is that Josh Archibald coaching the Jack Adams? No, probably not, but New Jersey's coach wins that. Ryan O'Reilly wins the Selke again. Stahl wins the Ted Lindsay for most outstanding player. McKinnon wins the Rocket. Okay. And that is your league for 2021, or 2020/21. So yeah, Stahl won 2 awards there. That's good for him. I mean, at 35 years old, he should be winning something for scoring that many damn points. Like, dear God. So, there you go. Our Winnipeg pick lands at number 2, meaning that we are going to be able to select Brandt Clark with that pick most likely, unless, for whatever reason, Pittsburgh, who jumped 8 spots, decide not to take Atu Ratty, which they might not, which would suck, because then that means we're moving down to probably select Trevor Wong, and we're going to make a couple other moves because there are players I want to select, but I did not think we were going to end up getting Brandt Clark out of that Winnipeg pick. That is crazy good. I'm extremely happy that that worked out that way. So that means Clark is our guy then, which is awesome. As much as I'd like to take a guy like Othman or somebody like that, I don't know if we're going to even have that option because other teams are going to want players in here too, right? So Lambos we have to take. There's no way we miss on him. And then we'll figure out where our other picks land and how they correlate and correspond to the top players in this draft. So we've got retiring players here, and Gabbert calls it quits. Our player there in Dion Phaneuf calls it quits at 36 years old. Had about just under 500 points as a defenseman. It's not too bad. Let's see for goalies. Usually there aren't many. Craig Anderson, 310 wins. That's pretty solid. So, a bunch of coaches retiring. I don't think, we didn't lose anybody unless... no, we didn't lose anybody. Okay. And Phaneuf becomes a scout. Beautiful. Okay, so we got a scout out of Dion Phaneuf. That's what I was talking about. So where do we want to toss him? I think we want Phaneuf to probably be... He's an AHL Atlantic. I want to re-sign him. And I think we're going to end up tossing him. He's going to be one of our Canadian scouts, probably. All right, guys. So, as far as the draft goes, we definitely have some pretty interesting players that I want to look into. I don't know if we're going to be able to get all of them, but we're going to try. That Winnipeg pick is definitely not getting traded. Honestly, the majority of these picks aren't getting traded. Lafreniere's up to an 85, Barker's 91. Wow. Okay, we have got a extremely good-looking team here, I would say. We don't really need to draft centers, as Cole Perfetti put up 97 points in 60 games in Saginaw. So, absolutely awesome there. That's such a great year from him. I think we're going to have to pay Duclair this year. No, we're not. Beautiful. He's up to an 84. Let's see. Drysdale got up to a 69. Foodie up to a 70. Studnicka still at 76. Okay. Lawrence is at 59 rated. And then we got some lower end names like Fonstad and Innes there, who are still good, but not really the greatest. So by the looks of it, our pick's somewhere around pick 20. But we'll see exactly how those land. And honestly, I don't know exactly how our picks are going to end up here. We do seem to have quite a few picks. But I'm going to have to plan this out still. We do have pick number 2. I'm just hoping to God that Pittsburgh does not pick Brandt Clark with that first overall pick. So we're going to jump into the draft. We're going to hit sim right away on Pittsburgh's pick and hope to God they don't take Brandt Clark. So let's see what happens here. And they do take Atu Radi, thank God. And we are going to call a big timeout here. Going to hit it about 3 times just to give myself some time to plan out picks, make trades, and do that sort of thing. Okay, so first thing we're going to do here, we are going to go and make a fat trade. This is going to be really difficult because this is a team that probably isn't going to want to trade with us, but we're going to try it anyway. So Ottawa has got pick number 29 or 24 and pick 9. Those are their 2 picks. So we're going to try and send them in exchange. Actually, let me just check what picks we have first before we make those. We can trade these 3 picks. Actually, no, sorry. These 3 picks right in here. And in exchange, what we're looking for is we're going for pick number 9 and 24 off of them. And we're going to offer a big name player in exchange here to hopefully get this done. I don't know if it's going to work or not. We're going to try it. And, well, we'll see. Skaters matching the block. Yeah, they got some big names that they would like in there. I don't know if we can offer all of those. A guy I could offer would be Pietrangelo. I don't know if they really want him, though. I'm not willing to trade Perfetti until we see how well he fits our system, but Byfield and Lafreniere are guaranteed shoo-ins for staying with this team. Taylor Hall's a great fit with our system, so that's why I don't really want to trade him. But I think Pietrangelo would definitely get this deal done, and honestly might even get us another first-round pick out of Ottawa, which would be crazy. So let's try this. So who to go with? New Jersey or Ottawa next year? We're trading them. We're gonna try this. Okay. So we're on 3 first-round picks in exchange for Alex Pietrangelo, and then 3 late 4th, 5th, and 7th round picks. If this goes through, I'm taking it all day. And it's rejected because of the value of that New Jersey pick, which is going to be a little too much. So instead, we're going to try I'm going to try tossing in my first rounder there next year because I honestly think this Halifax team's still going to crush it. We might not be as strong defensively, but I'm hoping it works out. Actually, you know what? Let's cancel this out, and I'm going to try something. I don't know how high his value is because he had a pretty bad season overall, but Braden Holtby could be a trade piece here. He's up to 85, but Comrie crushed it, and he's not $5.5 million. So Ottawa would have too many goalies with that trade. So instead, can we snag, who's a Canadian that I would love to go for? He's not Canadian, I know that. I'm just trying to get into the... we cannot go for that guy, unfortunately, because he's in the CHL. What about this dude? No. Anybody here Canadian in the goaltending positions? Doesn't look like it, except for this one guy. So let's go with this guy and hope that works. It does not. Shoot. Okay. Fuck, we're going to try this Pietrangelo deal. I don't want to do it, but I think we're going to do it. So, for Pietrangelo. This is a big deal, man. This is a huge deal. I don't really want to offer our first. Could we go like a third and... yeah, let's go 2/3. Well, we can. We can do Carolina's third. I don't think this is enough to get us New Jersey's pick as well. But that would be awesome if we could get it here. Let's see. Reject is too far off the table. What about Ottawa's pick? Because it's going to decrease in value the second we make that trade. They would take Pietrangelo for that. And I'm not willing to do that. I need something else back. I just cannot settle for that. This might go through. I think it will. And wow. They are not willing to trade that. They want more from this pick. Wow. Okay. I can offer them a fourth along with this, but oh my god. Like, are you kidding me? They got so much back for that. Even if they're later round picks, they got a lot back for pick 9 and 24. And I think that was honestly a pretty good trade. So we're going to be selecting Lambos probably with that pick. Is anybody in the top 5 have another pick in this draft? Because if they do, I don't think they do. You know, maybe we don't go with Othman. That might be a smarter decision, but I really want him because I know he fits our team. So this will be the big trade that really is just crazy if we get it done. I'm assuming it would be pick 5. I'm not entirely sure. And honestly, if Othman gets picked before a guy like Wong, I'm okay with that. Because Wong's at number 4, Othman's at number 5. So let's try number 5 with Minnesota. I know Minnesota's not going to want to trade this, but the value isn't super high, so that's good. So now, who do we want to trade? That is a big question mark. I mean, I wouldn't like to trade Hall because he fits our team so damn well. Has Eric Stahl completely lost all value because he's expiring on a contract? Yes, he has, even though he's 90 rated. Oh, man, I don't want to have to do this. Okay. Can we instead go Holtby? His value, he's almost valued equivalently. Does that go through? No. We're going to have to offer something else, and I would like to go with... Shit, okay. I'll honestly go with our first rounder next year because there's so many good players in this draft. If we go our first rounder next year, is Sutter available and not like crazy expensive? Because if Sutter's available, I'll take him. And he's their second highest valued player. But honestly, that deal's got to be close. No, okay, so we'd have to offer another asset, and I'm thinking, okay, let's see who matches their block. I'd trade Studnicka just because I want to get this deal done, and Sutter, bringing in Sutter would be another just rock solid defensive piece that could help us win, because he is 88 rated, even if he is 36 years old. I'll take that, and it's too far off. Okay, can I just go Holtby and Studnicka in exchange for... Come on. I tried to clear that. Nope, we'd have to take a skater back. Ugh, okay. The only guy I want is Sutter. That's the thing, is he's the only guy I want off of that team. So... Oh, God, I don't want to do this, but we're going to have to trade a bigger name here. Could I trade... I don't want to trade Foodie because he's going to be right around the same age as a bunch of our other guys. Can I go Studnicka and Sorelli? I know that's not a good trade. I'd prefer to keep Sorelli. And then we go a first rounder next year for all this. Come on, that's got to be worth your time. Oh, no, they can't take on more skaters right now. I keep forgetting that. Oh. Okay. What about... I'll go with Foodie, because he matches their block and he's not going to take it up. I'm hoping this goes through. If it doesn't, we're not going to do this. And trade accepted. All right, so we unfortunately give up Foodie as well as Studnicka as well as Holtby. But we do get back Sutter and the 5th, which is a pretty darn good deal still. And the 5th is either going to land us Othman or maybe Trevor Wong. That would be crazy, but I don't think it's going to happen. We got enough elites on this team already. We're really just looking for the defenseman and Lambos with that pick. But things are looking good here. I just need one more pick, and it's got to be a late one here. We're going for like pick number 110 or so, right around there. So if somebody's got a pick that's near 110, we'll take it. 109 Anaheim Ducks. Can I trade you my 4th next year for it? Or is that 109 pick like actually somewhat valuable? Actually, we'll go a 4th in 2 years. I think they'll take this, but you never know. No, rejected. Okay, so it's got to be a 4th and something else. A 4th and then a 5th next year. We're just absolutely murdering our picks right now, but they'll take that. Okay. So, we got all our picks now. We're ready to go. Not every player we're selecting is going to be like out of this world good, but the first one absolutely is. The second best player in the draft, Brandt Clark. Maybe not right now the second best player in the draft, as other guys are ranked at NHL ready or stuff like that. I'm sure this Carl Klinge is going to be absolutely insane, but we can only select Canadians. So Brandt Clark, out of the Barrie Colts from the OHL, welcome to the Halifax Highlanders. And he is only 70 rated. Okay, but he's a high elite, right? So we gotta trust that he's gonna grow in junior for another year. As for the second overall pick, it's like, yeah, could be better. But let's see what pick 5 shows. And not Trevor Wong, unfortunately. The Islanders do make the right choice there. Klinge was 80 rated, so yeah, Chicago gets a nice prospect there from Germany. And we are going to most certainly take the winger here because we have so many centers in Perfetti and Byfield, and probably going to be Lafreniere too, but Brendan Othman out of the Flint Firebirds from the OHL, welcome to the Halifax Highlanders. Another absolutely awesome pick. He is 74 rated, higher rated than our boy there in Brandt Clark, but yeah, going to be a really good pick for number 5 there. I'm really happy with that. So we might end up moving him over to the right wing since he is a sniper and he is a left-handed shot. So we'll see what happens with that. I think it's all going to work out eventually though, but let's see what happens here with these other picks. So over to pick 9, Luke Hughes goes to the Hurricanes. Okay. So let's see what happens here. We're going to take... See, we could go with Joshua Roy. I know he absolutely turns out sometimes, but I didn't really plan to take him because he's another center that we don't really need. Carson Lambos, though, would be a guy that we definitely need to select. So at pick number 9, out of the Kootenay Ice, I will take a 65 rated medium elite defenseman in Carson Lambos all day. And it's funny because we take him at pick number 9. Only reason why we're taking him that high is due to sheer value. So let's see, do we get the player that I'm looking at? I think we did. Jesper Wallstead goes to the Florida Panthers. Oh my gosh, Gustafsson was a medium elite. Goes to, wow. Bro, some of these players that went, like Nazarov, wow. Wow, these are nice players, man. Joshua Roy goes to the Flames. All right, Pinelli, Harrison. This is a strong draft, guys. I have to say, this draft is always puts out. There's always a lot of good players. So our next pick going to be another winger. We're going to go with Kyle Krinkovic out of the Saskatoon Blades. 69 overall, playmaker, undersized but going to be super skilled. So he's a guy that you most definitely keep on the left wing because he's a playmaker. We're going to sim over a couple picks, and a couple more Canadians get picked there, and Lockhart and Malatesta, but we are going to be taking Ryder Korzak. We are finally going to bite on a center here. I know he's 2 years out still, where a guy like McTavish is 3. What about Bolduc? He's 2 as well, but how big is he? Yeah, I'm feeling Ryder Korzak right now. I don't know why. I want to take him. I know Caden Korzak was good for the Rockets, and Ryder Korzak, 68 rated, medium top 6 forward. Beautiful pick. So he kind of just replaces Foodie there, and really Foodie was a key piece to getting us the player we needed in Lambos. But let's see the rest of this first round now after, who is it? I guess it was, Korzak. So Bolduc was 68 rated, Eklund was 68 rated, McTavish was 68 rated. Then we have a couple 65, 66. Stringer was 68 rated again. We are going to be going with Dylan Guenther, though. Pick lands perfectly on him. He's going to be good. We're not taking Melanson. I was looking at him too. But no, I think he's a left wing sniper. So that's going to be interesting. He might end up playing like some top line minutes with a guy like, if you have him on the left wing as a sniper, you have Lafreniere in the middle as a playmaker, then you have Jamie Barker on the right wing as a power forward, your lineup's going to be insane. So that's where I plan to put him. I don't know if that's going to work out. He's 68 rated, so pretty darn solid there, and an absolutely fabulous second round pick there for the Highlanders. Okay, so we're simulating over to pick 46, and we're going to go way the hell off the board here with this pick, okay? It might sound kind of stupid, but it's going to pay off because I know a player that's got potential in here. I've done this draft way too many times, and we're skipping over all these different Canadian prospects that some of you guys are like, oh, pick him. No, we're going to go with Graham Sword. Even though, he doesn't look like the most promising prospect for where he's at, I know he's got potential. So there you go. I know he's low rated, 58 overall, but medium top 4 potential and a left-handed shot is exactly what this team needs. And really, he's got some size too. He's 6'3" at just 17 years old. Like, play for us, please. Like, he's going to be good eventually. We're just going to have to grow him properly, and that is kind of out of our control for the first 2 seasons or so. For round 3, looks like there's a lot of... Whoa, high elite goalie. Oh, nice pick, Detroit. Besides that, another medium elite goalie goes to Pittsburgh, so Pittsburgh's having a great draft overall. Let's see where the rest of these picks landed after Sword. Tikhonov was an elite goalie. Vancouver lands, and a medium top 6. Nice pick in Vancouver. Again, they're just crushing it. So yeah, there's certain teams that are just really making nice picks. But for our next pick here at pick number 90, we're going to go off the board and select a goaltender because we actually have not selected a goaltender since our first draft here in the NHL. And we are going to take Tristan Lennox out of the Saginaw Spirit. We had good performance from picking from Saginaw before, and a 59 rated medium starter is always good. So for our next pick, we're over at 109, and really, we only got one player that I got my eyes on. You already saw I had him marked if you were paying close enough attention, and we are going to be taking Nolan Allen. I know he's only going to have a medium top 6 potential, I believe, as a defenseman, but adding depth to our defensive position is never a bad thing. And at 55 rated, he's a pretty decent Canadian prospect overall still. So we're going to simulate to pick 188 now and really just finish off the draft here with one last pick. I know exactly who we're selecting, and he's going to be off the board, but he's going to be good. And we are going to take Evan Vierling here. He didn't get picked last year, so I'm hoping he's a little higher rated this year at 19 years old, and he is a 60 rated low top 9 two-way forward. Pretty darn solid for the 6th round. So out of all of our drafting and draft picks and everything, I'm extremely happy with the way this team has turned out. Honestly, I think we just have to let prospects grow now at this point more than really trying to acquire a bunch of guys through the draft. Yes, we'll take our draft picks, but we're not going to go out and push any crazy huge moves because we have the foundation set. We have Clark, we have Othman, the first, everything except for the the last 2 picks in this draft are pretty much guaranteed going to make the NHL at some point in their careers because they're that good. I don't know if they'll all make it with us. We might end up making a move or two, but I can definitely see Clark, Othman, Lambos, Gunther, and Kernkovic staying with this team, and Lennox too because he's a starter. All those guys could stay with this team, absolutely. So guys, I totally forgot to hit the recording button here. So let me just fill you in on what happened here with the offseason. So essentially we just made, no real moves for players. We just signed a whole bunch of players. So we just signed Jonathan Bernier and Ryan Murray for the NHL because we needed those pieces for our team. Besides that, we signed Schlemko, Morin, Derek Pouliot, Chris Russell, and one other defenseman that I can't... Madison Bowie. We signed all those guys for our AHL system, as well as we went for Jack Quinn, Blake Como, and one more name that I'm just forgetting right now, but we just did it all for depth signings, and I forgot to upgrade my club seats. But anyways, that's what happened here in the offseason. Nothing crazy spectacular. Obviously, the Ryan Murray signing is going to be the most memorable out of this offseason, but I don't think that's going to counteract the fact that we won Brant Clark and then traded up for Othman and Lambos, and then landed a bunch of other really good prospects too that will hopefully shape our team for the future. So that is probably going to be more memorable, but the Pietrangelo trade is going to be one of the most memorable things there. And essentially we get Lambos as well as, I think it was Kernkovic for that deal. All right, so heading into the next season, 96% of our tickets sold. That's really damn good. I think we definitely need to try and push for a cup again here, but we're still adding pieces. We're doing a winning rebuilder here at this point, and it's kind of funny to watch. So I think this team's going to be competing again. Yeah, we need to win the Stanley Cup, get 54 wins, upgrade our concession, and build a new parking lot. Okay. Jeez, man. Okay, so this team's definitely going to need some work next episode. I think what we're going to do, though, is we are going to give Lafreniere the opportunity at center this year. He's going to be our number 1 guy there. I think, let's see, with Byfield, I think that he's a really good second-line fit. But we just need to surround him with slightly better system-fitting players for him to really excel. And that's going to be hopefully what... what's his name? What Othman's going to do for him, as we're going to probably toss him on that second line. As far as other forwards go, we'll probably look into a younger player than Taylor Hall eventually. Maybe not this season, but, carry, shoot, and double balanced isn't that hard to come by for players. It looks like carry, shoot, efficient, and balanced seems to be a pretty normal system here. And then obviously I think we're looking for a behind the net strategy as well, because Hall and Barker just absolutely fit that, but Lafreniere doesn't for whatever reason. But yeah, if we can find a sniper that fits that system, we're going to be good. We're going to be able to implement a younger player into the system that will play alongside Lafreniere and Barker for long term and hopefully get us a lot of cups. Byfield, guys, come on, you look at this and it's he fits the system so perfectly overall with that, with his biases, and it's really more just about surrounding him with the right players here eventually. So, you know what? Duclair is a way better fit for that third line, as much as I hate to say that he is. And I think we have to play him there. So this is what we did with the defense. I think we're going to change it up a bit, but I'm not entirely sure because I do want Cale Hayden Fleury playing top line, but I don't know if that's ever going to happen. So I could see us potentially moving Murray and Sutter, even though we literally just acquired them. And then the goaltending's average. So yeah, that's our team, and that's going to wrap it up pretty much for this episode. As far as an alternate captain goes, now that actually what happened with alternates case, we have Hall named an alternate right now. I don't know if I entirely believe in that. I think we're going to name Harrison O'Brien an alternate here, as he is a franchise player that's really darn good. Eric Stahl's going to keep the C, even though he's probably going to be playing more second line now. Lafreniere is going to be our number one guy here. And yeah, we're going to try to kind of get Lafreniere to help us towards a cup here in this next season. But if we look at the draft coming up, there are big names in here, such as, wow, there's a franchise player on top of this. Jeez. So Lambert, Savoy, and Wright are all high elites, and then this Sinziger is going to be a franchise probably. So anyways, that's going to wrap it up for this episode. If you guys enjoyed, please go down below, leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and feel free to turn on notifications. But that's going to be it for me. This is Etanyos signing out, and see ya.